All right. First of all, why are you laughing already?
Because you did the...
You have to. First of all, we got to give a shout out to one of our Patreons who is named VL Sabella. Now, for a second, I thought it was VL like Sabella. I thought we had like a VLC update for a second, but that thing never gets updated. A massive thank you for supporting us. Unfortunately, our Patreon has dropped off a little bit, and that's why all the other hosts aren't here, because we can't afford them. So it's just Liam and I. So thank you so much. We do appreciate it a ton, and it keeps us doing this and well fed and everything like that. And I don't know how to keep doing this. Yeah, I know you're well fed, and I think the rest of us know as well.
And well bred.
Yeah, once again, thank you very much. We appreciate it. And on to the episode. Okay, smart.
Welcome to the Horror Hour.
We all go a little mad sometimes. We get you.
Here's Johnny. It's all for you.
Hello and welcome back to the Horror Hour, the place where we debate, discuss, and talk all things horror, except it's two guys, so there ain't going to be much debating. There's probably not that much discussing, and we aren't going to argue. so it's complete opposite of our normal mantra, but we're here, and one of us is queer, and we're going to be talking about genre mixing. I still don't know what the we're talking about today, but Liam said genre mixing. I've only just learnt what the topic is as of 10 minutes ago, so I'm ready. I'm pumped up. Are you ready, Liam?
I'm ready.
Yeah?
I'm always,
do you want to talk the whole episode?
Would you like another explanation on the topic?
No, I get it. I was just playing along.
Okay.
I understand.
Oh, good. So do you want to go first, or would you like me to go first?
Well, maybe you should explain the topic to the listeners.
Well, yeah, for you people.
Because they're like, what the is genre mix? What is he talking about? It's one of these episodes, okay. George has food poisoning. Nick and David are probably fucking doing they're not doing that. They're probably doing something together, but that's a bit more important than this. But anyways, and Yutaka is back next week.
Yeah, genre mix. Taking two genres, putting them together. Obviously, we are a horror channel, so genre mix would be, what other genre do you want to see put together with horror to make something new? Because obviously we already know comedy goes well with horror, and we already know thrillers go well with horror. But what else? The reason I got this idea was because I was watching Twister this morning, and I was like, I don't remember ever seeing like a disaster horror. And I was like,
would you classify 2012 as like disaster horror? That's sort of
2012 horror. Was horrific through the fact that everything was bad about it, which is why it's so great.
And Michael Jackson died.
I wouldn't. Oh, do you mean the year?
Oh, the year and the movie were both terrible.
Oh, okay.
Well, I remember we all thought we were going to die because the Mayans said so. And look, we're still here. I think ever since that year happened, it's just gotten progressively worse. Yeah.
Well, they did say the world was going to die from 2012. They didn't say it was just going to like explode. And we have been slowly marching towards a worse world.
I bet you they backpedal and like, oh, we meant after 2012 it starts to get worse for everyone.
It's just a slow death.
Yeah. It takes its time. We understand.
Yeah.
I'd classify that as horror.
Oh, well, there we go. So I think to kickstart a good genre that could be mixed well with horror is disaster, like the disaster genre. So like, get this. You're in the middle of, say, what's that one with Jake Gyllenhaal? I forgot its name.
Off to a great start already, guys.
I know.
Here's my example of what I want more of.
The day after tomorrow. Oh, it's so good. So imagine you're in the middle of today after tomorrow. The world is frozen over, and you're in like a small space. Well, not like a small space, but like a building. And there's a couple of survivors, and then oh, holy shit! Someone starts murdering people.
Or like a mini MonsterVerse movie.
Yeah, or it could be like it could be just someone who's always been like, I wonder what it would be like to kill people, and then they're like, well, the world's ending.
We can't ask him. We know the one guy who would think that. He ain't here.
So like they're just like, well, I'm in this building with these people. There's a knife over there.
Yeah, I see that. I can see that.
Let's do it. What other kind of disasters is there? Aliens.
What's your favorite disaster, actually?
I mean, your channel, but
it is just us. Motherfucker had that on lock. Damn. It's so much worse because there was no one else laughing, and it was just like George and that weren't here. They weren't laughing. It was just silence. Just fucking cannonball. Bang. Damn.
Shots fired. I'm sorry. I didn't mean
Don't worry, your BMI is also a disaster.
See, I can't argue. I like explosion-y disasters. Like, if it's going to cause explosions and shit.
I meant like tornadoes or like tsunami. Yeah.
Well, I think the best disaster film that's not really like actually like good because it's a disaster, but the impossible. So probably tsunamis, because like even though that's a real life and it's a drama and it's not really a disaster movie, it's about a disaster.
Well,
And
isn't technically, I haven't seen it, but wouldn't you classify Crawl as a disaster genre mix then? Because it is like it's sort of like a tsunami flash flooding, and then you also bring a crocodile into the mix. So that's kind of what you're talking about.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, well, that's a recent disaster movie.
Well, there we go. Yeah, Crawl. We have my idea's already been taken.
Anyways, your favorite
I'm
disaster is
ruined.
a tsunami?
Yeah, I would say tsunami. I think weather can become predictable.
I think Pompeii was pretty epic.
I never liked Pompeii.
The people or the place?
Both. No, the movie. I didn't. Oh, are you not talking about the movie? You just think the idea?
Yeah, I just think the disaster was pretty epic, honestly. People just mind their business and then, like, they're just fucking fossilized for hundreds of years. That's kind of
Actually,
awesome.
my favorite genre is volcanoes.
Your favorite disaster is volcanoes?
Yeah, a volcano erupting in that kind of scenario, and then a serial killer on the loose at the same time. I'm down, I'm in, front row.
I feel like George would say any disaster that involves casualties would be his favorite.
Oh, just a disaster. He doesn't have a specific type. He just loves all of them.
Just loves ones with casualties because it gives him something to talk about, I reckon.
When the next one takes out Prince William. who's ready for the next black and white photo shoot?
Oh my god. Not George's
It's going to be
twin.
at the palace doors. It's all about me.
Well, I have thought of one. You can give me a grading on this one, like A, B, C, D. Horror and romcom.
Oh, I do like the idea of that. You get an A.
But I can't think of an example. I can't. But that's the one I'm thinking of.
Maybe. So it just starts off like a normal rom-com.
And
so
it becomes like a stalker-esque thing, yeah.
Goes out with a boy.
Or another girl.
And they're having like, or another
2024.
girl, or a boy and a boy, whatever.
Or a mailbox.
To be fair, if we wanted to do well, a white girl and a white boy, because everyone's racist and only likes straight people.
That's not racism. That's homophobic. You just call that racism?
Well, no, I said because it's got to be a white person and a white person.
Okay,
okay.
I was like, the way I interpreted that was a same-sex relationship, and you were like, that's racism. And I was like, yeah, okay. Eat up. Nice.
Because I said white girl.
Yeah,
white
no,
boy.
I don't hear color.
Yeah. So it could be them going on like a date. They've like matched on Tinder or something. And you have like all the typical rom-commy stuff where she's like getting ready, talking about girls, blah 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 blah.
They break up in the middle, and then he becomes a stalker.
Yeah. So you never see the stalker until like halfway through the movie. Don't make it so that the reveal near the end is that he's the stalker. Because that'd be too obvious. No. You reveal that he's the stalker halfway through, and then you watch how he's flipping between the two. And then a friend start dying like 2/3 in.
Wouldn't this
And
just
then
be the
like a
like
battle of a
Netflix
showdown.
show You? Like first season was kind of like that.
Yeah.
We keep coming up with examples that are already things.
Shit.
I
How about
want
then?
something
How about
like
then?
Phone Booth from 2002. I don't know if you've seen that movie with like,
I have with Colin Farrell.
and then at the end, that's where you see who it is. At the very end,
Okay, that could work.
just bring Keith Sutherland back again. He's lost the
Or
plot. He's
you
back.
could have it where it's a rom-com, but also people are dying.
Why does everyone have to die?
Well, because it's a horror, so like you want people to die.
But wouldn't you like one that's like just centered on like maybe 3 people and it just stresses you the out the entire time?
That could be good. I would still want. I think, yeah. Give us a small. I wouldn't say 3 because we would do 1 deaths, but give us a small cast. So think of like Sick from last year.
Yes, perfect example.
So you just want like the small cast.
A smaller cast, but it's just anxiety inducing the entire time.
Yeah, but you still like need them like few little extra cast members just so they can get killed.
Yeah, I like that. Let's start writing.
A rom-com of like a couple that are dating, and then he like books like a romantic cabin
Books
on the lake. Yeah, books
on the lake as well, and it's
the
in a
lake.
pandemic, and then a killer comes
No,
along.
no,
Dude, you're
pandemic.
just quoting. You're just making Sick again.
Well, no, that's what I just said. You could do it like Sick, where it's like they're like a couple. You have like
And then
the
there's a
rom-com
chase
bits
scene
at
where
the
he gets on
beginning.
like a raft and gets stabbed through the holes, and Liam almost has a
No.
heart attack because of that
No.
scene. See, a good example is actually, I think it was last year I watched John Tucker Must Die on my channel, and I thought that dude was gonna die at the end. It was like some like revenge sort of horror plot thing. That would have been so cool, but it wasn't. It wasn't that at all.
No, it wasn't. But again,
But
that could be a good day.
Yes, that could
Good
be a lot
idea.
of fun. And you've
Yeah.
already got the title set up, so
John Tucker must die.
he doesn't.
Actually, this time.
Yeah,
A little
in
parentheses.
brackets. This time it's for real. Yeah, I think a rom-com horror would go hard. But then is that what that Lisa Frankenstein is going to be?
Well, that Lisa Frankenstein's her falling in love with him, isn't it? So yeah.
So I've given them an idea, even though they've already made the movie. I
It all
came up with it
from
first.
Bugger's mind.
A TM, trademark it, I said it first. Alright, my idea.
Yay!
I already know what we can call this episode. Liam and
What?
Pugger just say movies that already exist.
Well, yeah, that is literally what it's turning into. I thought this would be like really different, and then as soon as we actually start explaining it, it's like, oh no, this is already.
Yeah, but that's the best kind of show. Because then you're like,
Well,
okay, it's already been done.
I thought I was onto something groundbreaking here.
No, let's make it a bit more wide range. You can do, you can also pick like subgenre. So, for example, you might want some more body horror stuff, but mixed with an action thriller, or you might want more body horror but mixed with a rom-com, like things like that.
Oh,
Here we
I have a
go.
one.
See, there we go. There's the ideas.
so picture it. The movie starts. It looks like it's Fast and the Furious. Dom Toretto comes out of
God.
in a car, and then all of a sudden,
He realizes he has to top up his petrol, It's a horror movie.
A kaiju appears.
I remember there was rumors about like this, like it was like Pacific Rim was gonna like cross over with Fast and the Furious or something like that. That was like a rumor from years ago. And I was like, if they pull that shit, that's gonna be the dumbest thing ever. But they haven't
And
done
I
it
think
yet.
they would pull it off.
You reckon?
Yeah. They
I don't
went
know.
to space.
I don't know. I haven't watched Fast and Furious so long. I remember watching the trailer for, I think it was 10, where he like magnetic hooked onto the fucking plane, and then just like he was like driving off the cliff.
That was 9. That
Was it
number
9? I haven't watched.
That was the
I haven't
one,
watched them.
That
in
was the one where
years.
they went to space.
I think I've seen the first
They
couple.
sent Tyrese and Ludacris into space in a
Oh my
car
God. Yeah, see, I
that
don't even
had
give a.
rockets strapped to it.
I don't even care about spoilers, man. I haven't seen that movie. I don't care. The last one I saw would have been where Paul Walker died in it or something. I think.
So 7,
Yeah, that was the last one
where
I
they
saw.
jumped from building to building in a Lamborghini.
Yes. That's the one. That's it. Yep. That reminds me of that movie with also has The Rock in it. I think it was called literally Skyscraper. And he's got like the amputee leg. And he
amputee leg, but he somehow manages to yes.
But there was this trend of like, there was this massive meme when the movie released of someone had taken the movie poster where he was like just jumping out of the window and they'd drawn lines as to where he would accurately like go, and there was not a single line that made it across to the other building. They were all just instantly just straight down. But no, he makes it. Oh God.
That was the first film where like I've nearly like well actually I've walked out of films, but not for like because something
You saying walked out with a movie about an amputee is hilarious.
Stop it. Oh my God. No, like we were so mad that we were sitting and watching this. We were like, this is awful. I love all of that shit. Like I love the one that he did just before that, Rampage. It's terrible.
Yeah,
but I love it.
He like walked up to the fucking crocodile or something, right? And he's like, stop. And it's like, or he did it to the monkey, and the monkey was, oh my God.
The monkey. Like where the monkey can sign language and tells him to
That is one of your disaster movies mixed with like a kaiju.
Yeah.
Except it has The Rock in it. And he can do sign language.
It just makes anything better, The Rock.
Give me Jason Statham in a movie like that, I'll fucking eat that shit up.
If you like this kind of shit, go watch The Beekeeper. Either go watch it when it comes in cinema now.
That movie is going on my channel when it comes out. I don't even care if that's a
Straight
10
away.
out. I don't even care if that's a 10 out of 10, dude. I'm fucking watching The Beekeeper.
I don't think anyone's going to react to it because everyone's just going to assume it's going to be another Jason
Oh,
Statham.
I already know it's a low performer.
You do have the best time. I have never laughed so much at a non-comedy film. Me and my brother just sat pissing ourselves from start to finish. The one-liners that he comes out with are
Yeah, I've heard they're like cheesy 90s one-liners.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm all for that.
We must protect the hive. I'm like,
wow, that really stung. Damn, Jason, how do you make up all the bee puns? I got a bee joke for you, though.
Oh, go on.
So I recently went to like this bee farm, and I asked for 13 bees, and the beekeeper gave me a box of 12, and I was like, dude, you've given me 12 bees. He said, that's right. The other one's a freebie. Get it? Because it's a freebie. Hey, this is what happens when none of the other hosts are here to help out. You get me?
I need a buffer. I feel like this is one of them situations where like kids would be like, I need an adult. So how could I mix? What horror could I mix in with the beekeeper?
Slasher?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Slasher could work. Well, to be fair, he's already chopping the shit out of everyone.
But with the beekeeper, though, I don't know if how much it involves like actual bees because I haven't seen it.
It's like,
But
no,
there's an
it's
episode.
all about bees.
Okay, so there's an episode of Old Mr. Bean which stuck with me, like old cartoon Mr. Bean, which was nightmare
Oh, the
fuel for me.
cartoon Mr. Bean.
Yeah. This episode was nightmare fuel for me, where it's like he goes to the cinema. The receptionist lady at the cinema becomes like a giant bee. It was an episode based on like monsters and Mr. Bean being scared of like old movies and stuff like that. And they had one with the blob, I'm pretty sure. And they also had one where the receptionist turned to a giant bee. Now, imagine having a giant bee as like a villain in a horror movie. But he could only sting one person and then he dies.
But doesn't he have a mouth?
Bees
bees have
don't
mouths?
bite?
Yeah, but like bees don't bite because like they're too small to actually like do anything. So like a bee isn't going to bite. But if
He
a
can't
bee
sting
becomes
you either,
giant,
he'll die.
Yeah, but if a bee become giant, he could eat
He'll
us.
still have one sting.
But if you like a giant bee's coming down, it's going to just like go, boom, and then you're gone.
Nanite bees.
Oh, that like really small bees.
Bees go extinct, which is a very real possibility we're facing, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
And then they go, we're going to
Climate
create fake metal bees. And then those metal bees become corrupt because of rain. And then these bees
just
go
go
on
on a
a killing
rampage.
spree. And they also don't have a limit of stings they can do. So they go around stinging everyone.
Oh,
And
I like
Jason Statham has to come along and stop the mechanical bees.
it. Jason Statham and The Rock.
Oh, no, they
I
can
want a
sting the
Hudson
Rock. I
Shaw
don't care.
reunion.
They can sting the Rock whilst he's in and out, promoting the new burger that he's never tried.
Who would be the terrible actress who's just really hot?
I thought you were
look
going to
with
say
them
who
both?
would be the bee. It's like, I don't know who's going to be the bee, man. Sydney Sweeney,
No, she's too young to be with Jason Statham and
Jenna
The
Ortega.
Rock. Also too young to get with
No,
Jason
have you
Statham.
seen that movie coming out with her and fucking Martin Silverman or whatever his name is? Martin Sheen? What the fuck is his name? Hobbit guy.
Oh, Martin Freeman.
That's the one.
Yeah.
And
But
she's
that's
like,
supposed to be creepy. Like it's supposed to be inappropriate.
I don't know, but all I've seen in the comments, like, he's fine. Like, I would do that. I was like, oh god, okay.
It's worse than anything David has ever said.
It's alright, I'll get censored.
It must, or we'll never be monetized.
For me, I think we need more movies with goats.
Why goats?
What? Like spirits, like goats.
Oh,
Ghosts.
ghosts.
Yeah, goats.
It sounds like you're saying goats.
Does it? No, I mean like ooh, I'm a goat. Like that.
Ghost.
Goats. Ghosts.
Ghosts.
I don't know why the ghosts.
You keep saying goats.
Let me try to be American. Ghosts.
Better.
I'm not saying ghosts every time.
You're gonna have to.
The fucking geezer in my cupboard.
To be fair though, the goats idea. Let's circle back to the goats.
Okay.
I want a horror with goats.
They are creepy. I will give you that.
Oh, really creepy, and they do that like weird like.
What David does on a Saturday night with his men.
just on the taint.
I think goats is good. You could do like a rabid goat.
Yes.
Just like goes crazy. I was talking more now you got me
Ghosts.
self-conscious. I was talking more
Ghosts.
Yep. And because I don't remember the last movie that came out with a
Ghost.
yeah.
To be fair, I can't think of any ghost film that is scary.
I want a freaky ghost movie because people don't take ghosts. Sake. People don't take
Seriously.
GHOSTS's seriously enough that I want like an actual fucking scary
Ghost. Say it. Go on. Just try.
Ghost movie. Now I'm gonna get fun of mate. Now, for sake, I'm gonna get made fun of for not being able to say ghosts properly. The same way I can't say the same way I can't say kingpin. Kingpin. I always add a G onto the end. I don't know why. Kingpin comes back as a goat.
I could see it. Imagine the others, but where the ghosts. So like Nicole Kidman and that actually try and kill the family when they move into the house.
Like actually, the ghost could be scared of the humans.
Well, that's the twist in the others.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. I thought you were gonna be like, that's literally what like Ghostbusters is. And I was like, yeah.
No. So the twist in the others is you go through this whole film thinking, I love Ghostbusters.
No, but you nearly said that then.
Oh,
the twist is actually Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is terrified of the cars.
Yeah. No, yeah. So the twist in the others is you go through the whole film thinking Nicole Kidman and her kids, you're in the past with them, and you think they're being haunted, and they're like, ghosts. But then you find out actually it's the other way around. It's modern times, and they're the ghosts, and the people that they're seeing are the humans that have bought the house.
Right. Well, I inadvertently spoiled the movie for myself.
Yeah. The only good thing about it is Nicole Kidman's whisper acting.
Yeah, you guys always talk about that, so that's the one thing I know about that movie.
That was in our whisper. That was in our whisper phase. You had that in Moulin Rouge. We must be careful of the Duke. I could say, how would you make ghosts scary? Like, people do find ghosts scary, but you've got to be like really believe in the supernatural to find them scary.
But then also,
so try to figure out a way where like you please both worlds. Like the people who don't believe in ghosts could still get scared of it, kind of thing.
Yeah, I think in a lot of recent movies, there's a lot of like they call them entities and things like that,
Yeah.
or it's a demon who is like projecting an entity for someone to see. Whereas I just want just a solid ghost, just the single one just doing all the shit. And I don't know, I think that could be fun. Make it creepy. I don't know how you'd make a ghost creepy in current days, because nobody takes them seriously anymore.
Yeah,
but I think you could
a ghost that murders people. My little brother always used to wake up and say that there was an old Victorian girl lived in his bedroom.
Yeah,
because their house was from that time.
I don't like that.
And he used to, my mum and stepdad used to wake up in the night and he would be talking to this Victorian ghost girl.
I don't like that. I remember, like, my brother and I saw the same dude in our cupboard with the same hat and everything, even though we'd never spoken about the thing we'd saw together, until one day we were just talking paranormal activities. We were talking like things that like freaked us out as a kid, and we both said the same person, and we were like,
was it not just like a picture on a box?
No, we're in separate rooms. So
so it was like in your cupboard and in his cupboard. It wasn't just like this and one cupboard in your house.
Like when this was happening when we were kids, and it was like we saw the cupboard doors opening in our rooms and like things like that, and then we saw this man with like a black hat on, and we both saw the same person, and we had a paranormal experience when we were kids there. Down in the living room, we had an old radio that was sitting there. And one night it just turned on by itself, and we're like, oh, okay, that's just a little weird. So we both walked down and we both turned it off and then went back to our beds. Like, my mum was just watching a show in the lounge room. She didn't give a shit about us anyway. Then we were both in our beds and the radio turns back on. And we're like, okay, what the f***? So we get up and we're a little freaked out now because we're like, this was like 5 minutes later, it just turned back on. And we walk down and we turn it off. And we go back, same thing. 5 minutes later, turns back on again. And we're like, okay, we're a little freaked out here. So we then go and we unplug the radio from the wall and go back to our beds, thinking we'd solve the problem. 10 minutes later, it turned back on again. And we both just fucking freaked. I remember we would just both got out of our room and we ran to our mum just screaming. And she's like,
There's nothing wrong. What are you worried about?
now, as an adult, I realized she was probably shitting her pants as well, because it was like, it was out of the wall. There's no way. It had no power. It couldn't be activated without power as well. And it just turned on playing.
It didn't need. It did have power. It had batteries, and this was just your mum playing an elaborate prank on you.
And she's held on to it for all these years. I will kill her. I will kill her myself. I'll be a vengeful spirit, sir. In the same house, we saw the same guy with the same hat and everything. And it's like, like we hadn't spoken about that dude before. And it was a bit, freaky.
So do you think it was one of your ancestors that we shipped over from here for being a convict? And he was coming to warn you?
But it would have been, if it was, it would have been nice for him to fucking say hello or something instead of just creeping us out like that.
Maybe he was, but you just weren't open to the experience, so you couldn't hear him. Remember,
don't walk out of my cupboard next time.
You've got to invite them in.
Me
and George invited Edna, the vintage.
I don't want to talk about that stream. That stream was the way that stream ended was so creepy. I don't want to talk about it. And the way I could see in your face, you were about to shit bricks as well. And George was also shitting bricks. He was like, okay, end it. Okay, done. Just blow the candle out. You were both freaking out.
I will drop a little hint here for you. That was acting. I'm an actor.
Who was flicking the lights?
That was just the the sensor for the door could see us on the sofa.
We found the new Ed and Lorraine Warren, everyone.
So that it was on a sensor. So when it didn't think anyone was there, it would turn off. But then if we
that is so not funny.
Sofa,
I was concerned for you two
the
entire time after you ended the stream. I was like, okay, one of them's not going to show up next week because they're going to be dead.
Yeah. No, we just went with it, and we had no plan. We just sat down. We were like, let's just see what we'll come up with as we're talking. So that whole story of Edna the vintage lesbian, that was just me making shit up as I went along. I was the one pushing the thing to get the answer that I wanted. So that because I was like figuring out what I wanted to say. So I was like moving it.
Well, this has been a great episode, everyone. Can you pull out the Ouija board again? Just ask, is it time to wrap the show up? Because now I'm annoyed. I was so worried. And I was putting clips in. I was putting clips in the Twitter chat and Discord, being like, "Look what these fucking idiots just did."
No, I just had 2 cocktails with me food and then made it up as I went.
Well, joke's on you. I act on this show every week, so.
No, you don't. You have the time of your life.
Did you have any last ones you wanted to, like, body horror, action, or...
I want something vintage. I don't know why.
A horror movie set in the plague.
Oh, that could be good.
Yeah. I haven't seen a movie that's done that before.
Vintage London. Would the villain be the plague? Or would there be a secondary villain?
There could be someone
What if there was someone
orchestrating...
infecting... Yeah, what if it was someone, like, infecting people on purpose?
They didn't get their, like,
never,
welfare payment or something. They didn't get their bread delivered. So they're like, f*** the community.
Oh, I like that.
Because people have a fear of rats and things like that. Like, I see TikToks and shit like that. I saw one recently that, like, made me cringe. It was in the New York subway, and this guy was walking down the stairs, and this homeless guy was just under the blanket, obviously sleeping, and this guy went up to the blanket and just nudged it, and a bunch of rats just come out from under the blanket and run off into this hole, while this homeless man is still asleep in the, like, doona blanket, whatever the hell you call it. He was keeping the rats warm in there. it's disgusting. I was like, ugh. But like, imagine something like that. People hate rats. You could do something like that. Wait, I'll send it right now. I want to see your face.
We'll do it in the after hours. I think that's it for me.
Well, okay.
Do you want to wrap us up then?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the rat video.
Okay, I'll wrap us up while you do that. So thank you for watching today. Please do remember, subscribe and like the video. It does help with the algorithm. If you would like to watch more of our content, click below. Everything's available. We are also on Patreon, where you do get exclusive access to this episode early and all the other episodes early. You also get a bonus episode every week called After Hours, and you get to join our Discord and talk to all the other people that are watching with you. We also have merch available,
Except
which
Hayden.
Purchased
Except
from
Hayden.
For the first time.
Don't talk to him.
Avoid Hayden. He's terrifying.
He's
he
nasty.
makes awful videos of everyone. No, we love the videos. But yes, there is merch. People, it's your cat. It's always your cat.
Did you see that shadow though?
Yeah.
Holy f***. I think I nearly just shit my pants.
Poggers off to Wipey Sauce. Goodbye.